Welcome back to History Unveiled. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. In our previous episodes, we explored the powerful advocacy strategies of the American Palestine Committee and the rise of Isaiah Leo Kenen in the American Zionist lobby. Today, we're diving into the voices that emerged during this critical period, particularly those that opposed the pro-Zionist narrative.
Let's start with a striking statistic. A Gallup poll from 1945 found that 76% of Americans supported the Zionist colonization effort in Palestine. Given this overwhelming support, dissenting voices were few and far between. Why do you think there was such a lack of organized opposition during this time?
It's fascinating, isn't it? The overwhelming majority likely created a chilling effect on dissent. The Arab American community, numbering around 100,000, had the Institute of Arab American Affairs, but it didn't actively challenge U.S. Palestine policy. What does this say about the power dynamics at play?
It suggests that communities often feel pressured to align with prevailing public sentiment. How might this pressure still affect marginalized voices today?
As news of ethnic cleansing in Palestine began to emerge in February 1948, a new coalition formed, the Anti-Zionist Committee for Justice and Peace in the Holy Land. This included figures like Kermit Roosevelt from the State Department. Their emergence raises questions about the moral responsibilities of individuals in positions of power. How do you think their backgrounds influenced their stances?
Their experiences likely shaped their understanding of justice and human rights. Kermit Roosevelt, for instance, had a complex relationship with the Arab world. It's crucial to consider how personal experiences and professional backgrounds can inform activism. What can we learn from their motivations?
Doreen Bierbrier points out that American oil companies could have posed a serious challenge to the Zionist lobby due to their interests in the Arab world. Yet they chose not to become anti-Zionist. Why do you think they made this decision?
It seems they prioritized their economic interests over political ones. One oil executive even told Benjamin Axon that King Ibn Saud was more dependent on the U.S. than vice versa. This reveals how financial considerations can overshadow moral dilemmas. How does this dynamic play out in today's political landscape?
By 1948, the Jewish community in the U.S. was the largest in the world. Yet there were still non-Zionist voices. The American Council for Judaism, for instance, opposed Zionism, arguing that Judaism is a religion, not a nation. What does their stance reveal about the diversity of thought within the Jewish community?
It highlights that even within a single community, there can be profound disagreements about identity and political action. The Council's insistence on a religious rather than a national identity raises questions about how identity politics can complicate advocacy. How can we ensure that diverse perspectives are included in contemporary movements?
Interestingly, there were factions within the Zionist movement itself, like the revisionist movement led by Menachem Begin and Peter Bergson. AZEK labeled them as extremists. This infighting shows that even within a unified cause, there can be significant divisions. What does this tell us about the nature of political movements?
It illustrates that movements are rarely monolithic. Disagreements can stem from differing visions of what the movement should achieve. How can understanding these internal conflicts help us navigate our own advocacy efforts today?
By the time Israel was established in May 1948, the Zionist lobby had solidified its influence. This marked a new era in lobbying, primarily with American support. As we reflect on this, how did the establishment of Israel change the landscape of U.S. foreign policy?
It shifted American policy towards an almost unconditional pro-Israel stance, especially after the 1967 Arab-Israeli War. This raises important questions about the long-term implications of lobbying on foreign policy. How can today's activists learn from these historical dynamics to advocate for balanced approaches?
Today we've explored the dissenting voices and complex dynamics surrounding the establishment of Israel. The varied perspectives within the Jewish community and the emergence of anti-Zionist coalitions remind us that advocacy is multifaceted. What lessons can we take from this history to foster inclusivity in our own movements?
It's essential to recognize that advocacy is not just about aligning with the majority, but also about amplifying diverse voices. As we reflect on these historical dynamics, how can we ensure that all perspectives are considered in our advocacy efforts?
Thank you for joining us. We hope this discussion has shed light on the complexities of American Zionism and the voices that both supported and opposed it. Let's continue to reflect on how these historical dynamics shape our understanding of advocacy today.